when I entered the New Vision, I said, I'm not leaving this place. If I'm not wrong, I think I was among the first people to write the safe border story, because my dream was to write a whole page story under my name. So when I realized that, I felt like, wow, actually, this is possible.
So you move from the news desk and go to the features desk and you start writing these feature stories. Now, how do you get into the humanitarian world?
Around July 2018, I get an opportunity to go and work in the humanitarian sector. And at that time, there was the South Sudan refugee crisis in West Nile.
Welcome to the second episode of a Salvage podcast. In our last episode, we had someone talk about who a comms person is, what they have to do, and I thought now we need to hear from someone who has walked the journey of a communications person. And yes, so welcome to the podcast, Derek.
Thank you so much, Edwina, for hosting me.
Yes.
It's such a privilege to feature on this podcast.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself, Derek.
Well, my name is Derek Chatuka, and I have the privilege to serve at World Vision Uganda as the communications manager. And I've been in the industry for about 10 years now.
Wow, that's quite some time.
Yeah.
Did you start there? Did you start at World Vision?
No. The real journey starts at New Vision.
Okay.
And it starts actually from the internship at New Vision.
Maybe you can take us back a little, Derek. What did you study at school?
I studied mass communication at Uganda Christian University, where I am still right now doing a master's in strategic communication. So the foundation of mass communication is the one that shaped my journey to, into the communications journey, into New Vision. Like I earlier alluded to, the journey started from there during internship. So we, like any student, you're looking out for internship, try out so many places. I remember we tried out WBS, we tried out a couple of media houses. But yes, the good Lord, placed me at New Vision. So that's where the whole journey starts during internship.
And I'm privileged to have worked with Derek Chatuka during that internship. Derek, I remember that internship was quite competitive, and there were just a few of us that were eventually taken up. What was the process like of applying, and then when you heard that you had been accepted for the internship at New Vision?
True, it was so competitive, but I think it all started from the way we wrote our application letters. But also for me, it was so fulfilling because I grew up reading so much of the newspapers. I was a big fan of Sunday Vision. There are so many stories that I used to enjoy. So when I got a call that New Vision had offered me internship, it was a dream come true. And I went with the mentality of, I'm not leaving this media house, you get? So it was about meeting the people that I had read in the paper, attaching the articles.
The faces to the names, to the bylines.
Yes, the bylines to the names. And for me, it was fulfilling enough that I got an opportunity to meet those people, work with them on the same desk. So my whole internship was getting a little bit starstruck because they are the people that were admired for long, but also getting actually to see the acceptance in them to give us an opportunity to work with them.
To give us
it was
guidance.
So humbling.
Okay, so in the New Vision, now where did you work? I know there's a news desk, there's features, and there's quite many. And Sunday Vision, I think, is a part of its own altogether. Where did you start at?
So I started at the news desk for internship, period. We're at the news desk, and it's something that really gave me an opportunity to understand, the dynamics of journalism, go to the field, to places that I could only hear about, the general court martial, going to these courts, going for, political press briefings.
Yes.
So that, experience,
Yes.
I think it was a good foundation to understand how, the game of journalism works out.
Yes.
But then later, I found that I was good at feature writing.
Wow.
So now I transitioned to the weekend papers,
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday Vision. And what the biggest humbling part is that I met there a team that was so receptive.
Yes.
Dr. Love and his team.
Yeah.
They were so good. They accepted us. They gave us an opportunity to write. And through that whole experience, I got to, interact more with senior writers.
Yes.
I think because of my personality, I was able to, spread so fast in the newsroom in terms of contributing to other sections.
Yes.
So it was such a beautiful experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the newsroom was such a good experience indeed, because I remember there was KFM down there. The newsroom was near the editorial was up there, and then we had was it XFM? Sorry, not KFM, XFM. And I remember the times when they would call us to do voice pops for the next show, and for me I remember that taught me content creation. That this is how much effort they put into that, like callers and things like that.
Yeah, but also I think the lecturers that we met in class also gave us a good foundation, and I think it was good to find that we were actually writing at the New Vision.
Yes.
So that it gave us an opportunity to practice alongside them, getting the constant guidance.
Yeah.
But what stood out for me during that time is the stories that I was able to write. I, if I'm not wrong, I think I was among the first people to write the safe border story.
Oh yes,
when it had just come out.
I remember. Yes.
When they had just started operations, I was able to chase the co-founder down, and he gave me a very nice story.
Yes.
I think that went up to Pakasa Awards at that time.
Yeah.
Then I also met.
And you could have actually done the unveiling of the Safe Border CEO.
Yeah. It was like the big mainstream story at the time. Then I met Maxime and Cimenta of Rivera Cosmetics.
Yes.
It was also a very big story for me.
Yeah.
And it showed me that actually these things are possible.
Yes. Yeah.
So the more I kept, interacting with those people, because my dream was to write a whole page story under my name. So when I realized that, I felt like, wow, actually, this is possible.
Yeah.
I looked at myself as a young boy who was reading big names in the paper, and now it's me actually writing the stories. So it was such a nice experience in the newsroom.
Okay, so you move from the news desk and go to the features desk, and you start writing these feature stories. Now, how do you get into the humanitarian world?
So just maybe briefly, there is another opportunity that I had. It was not internship, but because, like I earlier said, that when I entered the New Vision, I said, I'm not leaving this place, that mentality. So we had a holiday, which wasn't really meant to be internship. So I went back to the New Vision, and now this time I went into the TV stations, the guys who are holding the cameras to go and record stories. And what took me there was to learn how to, use cameras and edit. And I had no idea that some of those skills would later
be useful
where I was going.
Yes.
Yeah, so around July 2018, I get an opportunity to go and work in the humanitarian sector. And at that time, there was the South Sudan refugee crisis in West Nile. Yeah, so I get the opportunity, good enough, I go through still the same competitive process. Yeah, then I go to West Nile, Arua, where I ended up working for 5 years. Yeah. So the transition was from the newsroom to the humanitarian world. It was the same, looking at an opportunity and say, let me give this a try and see how it will play out. Yeah.
And also it being almost the same, writing, which is a skill that you would need this side.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you get into the humanitarian world now. Tell me about, we want to hear that journey. What
amazing.
was it like?
Amazing, a lot of learnings.
Yes.
So I go to West Nile, I report, and the day I travel to West Nile, that very morning, I get robbed clean. My laptop, my phone, and everything.
Sorry.
So I'm like, I can't go back to the newsroom. I'm here to work. Still, that was the mentality of, I can't go back. Yeah, I need to leave an impact here. So I report to work, I meet my boss. The next day we are in the field, and that was because it was at the peak of the refugee crisis. So we go to the field, and what I'm supposed to do is write stories because he was so strong in doing videos. He had worked in the media for some time. So we worked together for about 3 months. Then he got an opportunity to go to the US. So I'm naive, no experience in humanitarian work, not dealt with refugees before, not seen a lot of work around me. Then there I am.
You're thrown into the deep end.
Yes.
Tell us the journey.
Yes. So I was so, blessed to have a supportive team. I explained to them that I'm new into this field, so I'm willing to learn. I need someone to hold my hand to understand the dynamics, because the staff were many. My former boss was so good at his work, so the expectations were so high. And then I am there for someone to hold my hand to learn on the job. Yeah. But it was good that people were willing to support. But I think I spent about 6 months without coming to Kampala.
Wow.
And the reason I was there, it was, apart from the workload, it was to learn how to get the work done. So it gave me an opportunity to be more in the field, to learn the people, to know who heads what. If we have media interviews, who will be able to speak? How can I support them to deliver the message better? So I spent most of my time learning how to get the work done. Yeah, so and through that whole process, I was able to have a deeper understanding of humanitarian work. But it was not easy. Yeah, the stress, the falling sick. But for me, the ultimate goal was, I don't need to disappoint. I need to deliver and have to leave impact behind.
In trying to deliver, many times there are challenges that we face as comms professionals. What are some of those challenges that you faced when you were in the West Nile?
The transition alone, it was a big challenge, because you do a story in the newsroom, type it, give it to the editor, they
do
polish
the
the English and everything. They give it to the sub-editor, they lay it on the page. You just see the next day, you are in the paper. So, and this side, you're expected to do a lot more. Supposed to write the story, review it. Maybe, you can have someone to review it for you. But there are extras that you have to do. There are publications that they expect a comms person to do. There are, running of social media. Then you are the spokesperson at some point. Then there's trying to understand the goal of the organization. What are they driving to in all this work that they are doing? So for me, the transition was a little bit challenging, but because of the mindset and the willingness to learn, I think it put me in a position where I was able to, do even more than I imagined at that point. But of course, humanitarian communication is not easy. There's a couple of challenges that you face. Yeah. Most of my friends that I've, had discussions with, they complain of the work. The work is too much. Yeah, because maybe the background is you expect to do a little work, then you have a team. Then this side, you find that you're the team. Yeah, you're the team. And when I was in West Nile, I was supporting about 27 projects in I think there were about 9 districts in West Nile. So there's a lot that comes with that the expectations are more. You need to put in more time, burn midnight candles. Yeah. So you just find a way of prioritizing your work and make sure that you deliver. But also I think the other challenge that I've seen is getting a boss who understands communication and the expectations of the comms person. Different from a mere monitoring and evaluation person. Yeah, knowing that this is a comms person and their deliverables are ABCD, like they are clear, and then they fit into your work, then you are able also to support them better. So if you don't get a boss who understands communication, there's a very big conflict, because they expect you to be doing things where your level of effort as a communicator shouldn't be. So if you they understand, then you focus on bigger things that put the organization into better spaces.
Okay, and just on that point, Derek, I'd like us to go into it. You said you moved, and shortly you moved from the newsroom and you got into humanitarian communication, and shortly after your boss goes. And now you are one person overseeing over 25 projects in 9 districts. And I think that means having to move in those different districts. And not just visiting, staying around, understanding the different cultures, how the programs are being run, and documenting all of these things, because the people in the Kampala office, the country office, are waiting, and the funder is also waiting to see the impact of their work, of the funds that they're sending. So how did you do that alone? Yes, you talked about your comms, your boss, your people that you report to understanding. But then when on ground, how are you able to juggle the 9 districts, the number of projects? How did you navigate that?
Yeah, so towards I think around 2019, 2020, I was able to get a new boss.
Okay.
Yeah, he came in. Then after about a year and a half, closer to 2 years, he left. So, but by that time, at least I had gotten an understanding of the operations. So when I noticed that someone can come and go again, one of the things that I started doing is to train what I call communication champions in the different locations. And where I'm so passionate about teaching, so it would come off, easily. So I started using our own staff who are passionate about communications to be my ambassadors on the ground. So if there's something, even right now, we can't be everywhere. I have a small team, but at least those people are so much supportive when they have the skills. So someone would tell you that we are going to distribute maybe blankets in this location. But when you weigh, because you understand the dynamics of the operation, and you're like, okay, one of your colleagues has a nice phone, and I've trained them on how to take beautiful photos using a phone. So let them support you, send me the photos and a brief write-up of what was happening. Then I'm able to use that for social media. So you find that I was able to deliver, but with a team, not as an individual.
As an individual,
Yes. So those communications champions have continued to support up to now.
So I think I think that's very important especially if you are one member staff in a department, you have to build a support system around you and to support you as we get onto the other things of your boss understanding what you do. Build a support system around you, and that doesn't mean that the people need to have studied communications, but in everything that we do, there are people who are passionate about particular areas. For example, someone can be in a different department, but they love communications. And Derek, have you noticed many times people in other departments, they say, no, we know comms. So how are you able to know? How do I know? For someone out there watching this, how are they able to know the people who are passionate about communications?
So it starts with personality. And from experience, the comms people, I think we have something in us that attracts people to come to us. So I have one of my team members that I work with currently. He used to be in the field in Yumbe, doing totally different other data-related work. But because of passion, he's on the team and he's a full-time communicator now, because of the training and the mentorship. So as even you go to the field, you're able to see someone who is interested in the camera. Can I take a photo?
Yeah.
I have my phone, but how can I use it to take better photos?
Yes.
You get? Someone is already showing signs,
Yes.
but you just need to bring them closer.
Yeah.
And then you show them that actually these things are possible. If they take a photo using their phones and send to you, use it.
Yeah. Respond, actually. Yes, thank you. For
Respond.
the newsletters.
Yeah. Those are photos for the newsletter. Let someone see their photo in the newsletter. Give them the credit. Let them do some video. Play it whenever you get an opportunity. So it awakens a lot in the person to say, actually, when I contribute my things, they are actually used.
It is valued.
Yes. So with that, the excitement that comes with seeing their work. Then they come along. Instead of you actually calling them and saying, I'm giving you an assignment, it's the other way around. Someone calls you and is like, we are having a match about this in our community. But I'm going to send you photos.
They're like news tips.
Yeah, they are so proactive. They start giving you content. So I think when as communicators you identify those people, be deliberate on doing trainings for them and showing them that even the tools they have can actually do content that you can use as a professional. That confidence and it builds the confidence and trust. Then you're able to get content timely. You don't have to be in the field all the time.
Okay. Now, Derek, there are people out there, there are comms people out there who are like, okay, I want to give it my all. And realize that training means it's time. It's time. You need to invest time in it. But also it's an asset because you're empowering other people. But some people say, you know what? I have a contract of only 6 months. I have a contract of 3 months. Whereas the projects, the programs people that I'm working with have 5-year contracts, the program length. So for them, they give them the full length of the program. Whereas the comms people, because they are not core staff, they give them those periodic, those small short contracts. How do you think what do you think of that? So it's demotivating and they feel like, okay, I don't want to invest much in this. Yeah. So someone gets a job, but then when they are recruited, they're just, okay, I need to get onto the next one. I need to apply. Just there are people who joke and say, okay, once I get on board for this job, I give them 3 months and I'm already applying for another one.
Yeah, and of course, as we do the work, the more you be in a place sometimes also contributes to your next job. Yeah, depending on what you're doing there. So for me, I think as a comms person, one of the things that you need to look at is regardless of the time that you're there, have your ideas on the table. If you're like for the ideas to get the buy-in, especially of the leadership, yeah, I think that's good enough for you. because like for me, everything that I do is what am I leaving behind? And I can assure you, everywhere that I've worked,
You're leaving a trail.
it's been so many years, but if I went to New Vision and passed in the newsroom, someone would ask me, are you back? So for me, that's what I look at. And I would want to encourage communicators, regardless of the time. Yes, there are so many uncertainties, but how are you going to navigate the uncertainties at the workplace? Yeah, if you have your ideas, table them, discuss, make yourself visible, actually.
How do they make themselves visible?
You have, the ideas and you're sharing with people and you're telling them, I think this is where we are as an organization, but I think from the communications perspective, I think this is where we need to be. For example, you can have a leader who is not so much into engaging with the media. They are not media friendly. They are always laid back. What if you started writing opinion pieces for them? Yeah. All that you need is to actually write for them, and they review and feed in what they think is missing. You have their photo and you publish that in mainstream media. What if that is the turning point for the leader to see that actually my comms team is doing the work?
Yes,
yeah?
They're getting the visibility.
They are getting the visibility.
So we appease the person of the leadership.
Yes.
So and then when they feel that, okay, when they feel visible themselves,
yes.
then they'll think, okay, this person is doing something.
Yeah. You different things to try out. You can look at the leadership and say, where are the structures? Can our leader be the spokesperson of the organization? If not, can I train them? Even if it's 2 months, what am I leaving behind here? So you look at the leadership, what can you do for them? You look at the internal staff, what are you doing for them? Because chances are high that you can be in an organization and you find the internal communication is not strengthened. What if you're that person who will say, at the end of every meeting, maybe we are going to play a video that is internal of what we are doing about our work. Internally, we first appreciate our work.
Yes.
Yeah? What if it's a newsletter that you're introducing and they see that something is doing? So I think as communications people, we need to be proactive, be open-minded, and say, well, you can have the 6 months, but what are you going to be remembered for? It could be a short time, but you can do something that someone will always look back and say, we have an opportunity. Where is the other guy who was here for this short time?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So it's about how you put your skills
to use
at the workplace, and how you engage, with the people around you.
Yeah.
We've noticed sometimes I would be in the field with my bosses and I'm like, let's do some short video using my phone. Oh, Derek, how is this going to work out? I'm like, no, we are going to rehearse it.
Yeah.
We are going to first write a few words, hold the phone like this, talk.
Yeah.
You edit it, put it together. Then the next day, you share it with them. Once they see it, every leader wants to do the same.
That's true.
Yeah.
And speaking of internal communications, you won an award for Employee of the Year. I don't know, what's a procedure like in the organization? I think you won an award for Employee of the Year at World Vision.
Yes.
What is a procedure like for winning that award?
A very competitive one.
Tell us about it. Yes.
They do, how can I call it? It's a normal process of voting for people who have been outstanding in the year. So I won in 2022, and we went through there are different categories where people are selected. So because of the work that I had done in West Nile, we had done some good content around COVID. I think we were one of the countries that had like constant
CITREPs.
Yeah, CITREPs, updates. How are we doing work differently? How are refugees surviving? How is the work getting done? So all that, we were able to do some good content, but also had done so many stories that were bringing in the funding.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. So you're going to write a proposal. I have a story on what
to
we
add in the proposal.
to pitch. Yes, yes. So whoever reads the proposal plus the work that is being done on ground, it translates into, impact.
Yes.
Then someone is able to say, oh, let's actually add these people money. So I had stories that were used globally, translated into other languages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we had an initiative of training refugee children to tell their own stories using mobile phones that I was leading. Yeah, so all that was able to put me in a position where I had really done so well that year.
And we're going to get into that, the training that you did, because it was so interesting. So in the award, who nominates, first of all?
No,
and then who
the
votes?
Staff.
The staff nominate.
nominate across the country. You go through, the first vetting, second vetting. You go up to the leadership, senior leadership that comprises of the national director and then the senior directors. Yeah. So those people decide. I think the name goes up to the board and they are like, now this is the person that we've selected. So every criteria that was in that process, I was always the leading because the work was visible, the impact was there. And for the first time, they were even voting for the last two people.
Yes.
But that year we didn't vote because it was clear that even the person that would come second,
second to the first.
the two of us,
Yes.
the margin was so big. They were like, no, you know what? I think we are not voting.
Wow,
Derek
congratulations, Derek.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And after winning that award, how did it change your career path then?
It changed a lot up to now.
Yes.
Up to now, I've never been the same again.
Yeah.
I've never been the same again. The expectations, of course, grow higher.
Yes.
The countries that the World Vision Partnership is a tight one. So if someone is doing some good work, it's not by other countries, by the donors and everyone who brings in the money. So the pressure keeps increasing.
The pressure was crazy.
Yes. And but it put me in a position where I looked back where I had come from when I just joined, and I was able to see that there is a lot of impact that has been created. So that put me in a situation of where I need to do more about me as a person, understand the work more, go back to school so that I make myself a better communicator.
Yes.
Yeah, because it came with the price of you have to do more, be better, and then spread your wings and now start training, mentoring other people so that you do now more of knowledge sharing and mentoring.
Okay, so now you've won the award in this organization, which is big. And now tell me about how you now transit from this organization that has recognized you and you move to another.
People should forgive me, but yeah, it was a very tough decision because I think I won in
2022, you said.
2022, 1st October, and then around late April 2023, I'm leaving the organization.
Yes.
It was a tough one, but with the decisions, you stand your ground and say, I think I'm making the right decision and stick to it. So I got an opportunity to work elsewhere, and I was going to work as a manager.
And you had been this
as an officer.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what?
I need to move.
Let me take on this opportunity.
Yes.
I work again in Kampala, which was a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah. So I took on the opportunity, and when I crossed, it was the beginning of understanding that actually I think I've grown in the profession and I need to start looking at things differently. So, I move and I didn't find a team as I had expected to work with.
How many people were in the department?
We were, I think, four people, and our boss. So that made us five. But as the comms person, I was...
what was the department? Was the department called
communications and advocacy.
Okay.
Yes. So we had an advocacy team, and then myself, core comms myself.
So you were the comms person.
Yes.
The department was comms and advocacy. But the three...
With a comms manager,
yes,
an advocacy manager.
Yes.
I think we had an advocacy officer,
Yes,
and some guy who was doing... what was it called? And another guy in the department. So, and then our boss. So even it continued normal work, going to the field, doing comms work, although it was still a lot of work. But because of my background and experience of managing West Nile, here it was for the whole country, but I was looking at it as doable work.
Yes.
Yeah, because I felt like I had done it before.
How many districts?
It was for the whole country, from Karamoja to Kisoro
All
to
regions.
Arua. Yeah. It was not certain about the districts, but it was still wide.
Yes.
Yeah. So I continued just doing the same work.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a managerial position, but I was doing the work.
Yeah. And I think at this point, I think as comms people, now not even comms people alone, but as career people, sometimes you have to make the move in order to go up that ladder, that career growth, to achieve career growth. When you get stuck in one organization, because of familiarity, and also sometimes it's not that you are, not growing, but there's just no growth. There's no structure for growth, and just sometimes you need to step away and grow elsewhere. And as Derek shares, what happened next when you went to this other organization, became a manager, and then now you moved, and you moved back to the same organization.
Yeah, so I moved, like you just said, got to learn new things. Yeah, got to meet new people, got to understand how work is done differently in other organizations. And then, I'm there working 1 year and 6 months. So an opportunity knocks where I'd come from. And I go for it.
Why? You were at the same level. The position that was being advertised was the same level.
Yeah.
So why did you move back?
Well, a couple of things. There's sometimes you do work, but there's where you feel some level of satisfaction. There's where you feel some appreciation. There's where you feel you had some unfinished business that you have to go back and finish. Yeah, but all around, the where I'm working right now,
yes,
there's a lot of appreciation that happens. Not that I wasn't appreciated the other side, but the nature of the work, the people, the environment, the work environment is all different. But most importantly, as a profession, there was an opportunity to work with a team. I have a team of 3 people that I directly supervise.
And what positions are these?
They are comms officers and graphics officer.
Oh.
So, yeah, in terms of career growth, it gives an opportunity to now work directly with people, know what you can offer, learn from them. So, for me, that was one of the things that I was looking at. How would it feel? You're used to being the foot soldier.
Yes.
You're running, doing operational comms.
Yes.
But how about you tried out working with a team?
Leadership.
Yeah,
yes.
How would that be? So many challenges that come along with that, but worth doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite interesting. So now you come back, you said, and now let me take you back a little, because you talked about the trainings that you're doing. I remember back then when I reached out and I said, Derek, I need you to tell me about how you've conducted this, what you had called Mojo, the mobile journalism, which is a key innovation in your career. Tell me about that.
So if there's something that is on my heart is mobile journalism.
Yes.
And the beauty with it is that we are doing it with refugee children. So you can imagine a child who is 10, 12 years getting a smartphone. You take them through the basics of communication and doing a story, and they're able to understand and actually produce the story. Yeah. So it's an initiative that came through World Vision globally. But after the first training, me as a communicator, I was like, I think this is the way to go. This is the way to give children a platform, because we work with children, to give them a platform to express themselves, to give them a platform to tell us what is happening in their communities. And from 2019 to date, I've been able to work with children that I've seen grow. Some of them are now 18 years. But what strikes is the talent, the untapped into talent that is in refugee settlements. Because when you say refugee settlement, someone will say, maybe it's a hopeless place, people are there, they are suffering. But when you go down, then you are able to see. So for us, we discovered young journalists, but they are dancers, they are musicians, they are guys they have their own local radio station in the settlement. Like there's a lot of untapped into talent. So when we started training these children and make them fall in love with journalism, because it's visual, it's something they can see. They can go to the community and interview people, come back, produce a story. We're able to do every World Refugee Day a whole bulletin that children anchor, report stories.
I've seen that and
produce.
It's very interesting.
Yes. So for me, every time I would see that, like there's hope restored somewhere. You're guiding someone's career path. Most of them want to be journalists now. When you're talking to them, one of them went back to South Sudan. He is a singer in Juba, but we are still in touch. He sends messages on Facebook and he's like, I remember where you guys got me from. So you never know what the future holds and what those children will turn out to be. Maybe they are the next big journalists in South Sudan. Who knows?
So talk about work impacting people directly and us, seeing it. So the comms person who is out there and you feel, you're unsure, sometimes we want to step away and just leave our careers altogether. Derek has just shared through his work, through his trainings, he impacted these people and he shaped their career paths just from these trainings. So look at the bigger picture. I don't know if it's easy, sometimes it's hard, but look at the bigger picture, the people that you're impacting through telling their stories. And I think, Derek, teaching people how to, with that mobile journalism, also allows them to tell their stories their way.
Yeah, it does. And when you look at the trends now, I think with TikTok now, everyone is doing a story. Someone just voices their story from their house to an event and return back home. And it's a complete story. So I think if children without any journalism background are able to use their phones to tell stories, how about a professional who has gone actually through school and they are graduates?
Okay. Yeah. So are you saying we shouldn't wait for budgets to buy big cameras as comms people? We shouldn't wait for the big cameras. We can use our phones.
Definitely. Of course, you could say there are limitations depending on what you're working on, but I can't go to the field and I'm worried about getting a video of what is happening or a highlight from the field. Yeah, apart from taking the photos, I should be able to just hold the phone and record at least one of the people that I have there to give us an update of what is happening. Yeah, but it comes back to the multimedia now skills that we need as communicators. Yeah, the ability to know that I'm going to tell a story, but what is the end result? Yeah, of having that in mind of what kind of story do I need to tell, and how am I going to package my story to make sure that it communicates. So there is being in the field, you have the phone, you're able to record, but what is the end result that you want to communicate? So I think we need to think about our storytelling also as communicators, but you don't have to wait for the big camera to be able to tell a story, really.
Or for the funding, so that you get some people, some service providers to go with you to the field and document.
Yeah, and of course the current landscape is not good with funding. So if you're a communicator out there and you get an opportunity to do to contribute, to use your skills at a certain organization, I think for me what you would be looking at is how do you even use what you have around you to be able to communicate. Because as you wait for the funding to come in, then you're idle, you're waiting for the big camera. It can come and then you also fail to use it.
Yes.
Or you need someone to go with to the field. So how do we make ourselves better communicators in terms of the skill set, in terms of the mentorship, the people around us, the peer learning. I consult so much, even when I've written a story and I know it's good.
Yes.
I run it with someone just to check, and then it has mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah, so how do we better ourselves to make sure that our end products actually are the best that we can produce?
So I hear peer learning, being creative, using the resources that we have.
Yes.
At our source at that time, whatever we have in our reach at that time, that's what we should use. Use your phone if you can, and then produce what you can. Don't wait for the big camera because you may not be able to use it. So Derek, as we wrap up, in your career as a comms person, I need you to share with us one of the most challenging times and how you were able to go about it that influences your decision making in that regard to date.
Wow. The most challenging. I think the experiences I've had have been experiences to build my resilience.
Yeah.
And I think from the time I started working, I've had a mentality of things are doable.
Yeah.
This is challenging, but I think I can find my way around it. I hardly give up. Yeah. So one of the of like you've said that has shaped who I am today is when I've had opportunities to be alone in the space of work. Like I was saying, my bosses coming and leaving, and then I'm there and I have to keep up what we've been doing as two people. Yeah. So that would call for a lot of hard work, a lot of
extra effort.
Yeah, extra effort. And somehow it is what has shaped to what I am today. Even if there is a gap on my team, I know at least I can develop graphics and post for that day on social media. If everyone is stretched, I can go to the field and I can be able to record, edit, and produce content myself. So my experiences have been, the challenge has been working working at a time when I'm alone and the work is too much. Yeah. But how, like the things I've shared on how it can be also an opportunity to make yourself visible, do much better. And at the end of the day, it is the same resilience that I carry in the work that I do. across
Yeah.
the hard work, the resilience, the patience, which has also been key. I think we also need to learn to be patient with ourselves, because you're not going to learn a skill overnight.
Yeah.
Being patient with yourself, understanding that sometimes this one is hard and maybe you cannot pull it off as an individual, but
as a team.
Working as a team.
Yeah.
So it's what has been able to make me overcome the challenges. I've really not had so much significant challenges, but being able to pull off some work when I'm alone
was the hardest.
Yes, I think has been the very hardest.
Okay. And now lastly, is communications a core in humanitarian outreaches, in humanitarian work? Is it a core or not?
It is a core.
Why?
I can just imagine how an organization is going to thrive without a comms team. Yeah, because we are at a point where we need to showcase impact. How are we going to show impact when you don't have a team that understands content creation, that understands generating content that shapes the narrative? Like I said, I've been able to do content that has brought in money,
funds,
into the organization. So I just imagine doing all the amazing work and it goes unnoticed. That, to me, that's so painful. It's so painful because you need to do the work and let the work speak for itself. If it's a 2 minutes video with figures and what you've been able to do, for me, that's the impact that we need to tell. So it's a core because, as well as in terms of the leadership, you need to have someone who can be well guided on how they need to present the organization, on what they need to talk about, on how to leverage on certain spaces to showcase your work.
Yeah.
And that's why I would, encourage even comms people, train your leaders in those organizations. Share with them tips on how they need to talk to the media. You go to an event, you want to talk to the boss, and they are shy. They are telling you to go and talk to maybe the security guard that they think talks better.
Wow.
Yeah. So who understands the work in this case? So if you don't build that team that is confident to speak, to share ideas, and be able to represent you, even on camera, news bite. For me, it's something that falls on communications to make sure that in whatever you do as a comms person, it should go beyond you, but stretches to these other people that you work with, especially those that represent the organization.
Well, thank you so much, Derek, and thank you for having us and allowing to come and share your experience. I encourage you all to subscribe and listen to our podcasts on the different channels as we've indicated here, and see you next time. Bye-bye.